Encounter is brought to you by the Broome County Council of Churches, where we connect compassion with needs as we inspire growth with dignity. You'll find us in special places throughout the community. For those who remain hungry, we provide meals. For those who are challenged, we build wheelchair ramps. We comfort those who are ill, minister to those who are confined, and we remain an advocate for change and understanding on behalf of every element of our community. Connect and inspire. Encounter the Broome County Council of Churches.
Good morning, friends, and welcome to Encounter with the Broome County Council of Churches. I'm your host, Talia Moore, and today we are just taking a pause just for a little bit, just to kind of talk about what is going on in our community, how can we get involved, and how can we really pause for the cause. Today, I'm with Jennifer Lesko of the Broome County Urban League. Good morning, Jen.
Good morning.
Well, can you give our viewers just a little bit about yourself and what is it that you do with the Broome County Urban League?
Okay. Well, I was born and raised in this area, and I grew up in the north side of Endicott, and I have been the CEO of the Broome County Urban League for almost 12 years now.
Wow.
Long time.
So how has your experience been with the Broome County Urban League? What are some of the things that you've experienced just with being the director there?
You know, I started out in nonprofit in 1992. I always wanted to be in a position where I was able to work within the community and give back to the community. And the Urban League has always been a place where I've been able to work with different community partners, whether it's public or private, other nonprofits, and really work to make a difference, not just with different pockets of the community, but really all of Broome County. So we've really been able to add programs and change to meet the greater needs of Broome County. So it's been a really, really wonderful experience, and it's been a great learning experience as well.
That is amazing. I think the one project that you guys do for the community is Juneteenth.
Yes.
I know that you guys do so many different other projects in the community. Can you kind of give us some idea about some of the programs that you guys get involved in, or maybe some of the other community projects that you guys are working on right now?
Sure. Well, one of the newest things we just started, we have a non-perishable food pantry right in the building at Carroll Street, because we did have a food pantry across the street from us that unfortunately closed. So we just started that so we can offer that service to the community. We do have our summer camp that'll be starting in the summer for children, and that is a program for special needs kids. It's an inclusionary program, so we do offer services to gen ed as well as special needs kids. And then we are also offering some music events to the community, such as concerts and things like that. And of course, Juneteenth will also be happening in June as well.
So with some of the programs, what are some of the benefits that the community, say the youth, what are some of the benefits in them getting involved with some of your programs? How does that impact their lives, and like how does it kind of carry on through going through your program, as well as through how they grow up and produce?
Well, we like to, with our youth, especially as young as, our 5-year-olds, in our after-school programs, we start with, workforce development at that age. We start with, team building, being on time, how to take a leadership role, because we think, as well as, reading, writing, and other skills, they need those additional things, to get them through. So we start that early on, and then as they get older, through junior high and high school, we do different things like technology programs, communications and media, and we have them keep building and building, and then once they get to graduation, we like to then point them in the direction of, do they want to go into the workforce, the military, do they want to get an occupational training, or go on to post-secondary education. So we really like to keep building, one thing on to the next, and we also like to work with the entire family, because we think if the entire family's involved, that will be, success for that entire group.
Well, there's so many different exciting things that are coming up for you guys. You had mentioned some events and some concerts. So what are some kind of live events have you guys been working on?
Well, one of the most exciting things that we have coming up working with some community partners is on Friday, April 27th, we are bringing Bishop Marvin Sapp to the area. It will be at the Helen Foley Theater, which is out of Binghamton High School, and he will be coming with a live band.
Wow.
And the coolest thing is we're going to have some local talent be opening up for him. One of the opening acts is going to be Jared Terry. He's part of Calvary's Love Church. And he's super talented young man, but we have been trying to get Bishop Sapp here for probably 6-7 years now, and it just never was able to come to fruition. So we're so glad that he was able to have this date available, and this is something so unbelievable to happen for this community, because I'm not sure that we've ever been able to do this before. So we're really excited that we're able to bring this here.
I mean, like gospel coming to Broome County, just that name Bishop Marvin Sapp is just a legacy of gospel, a legacy of ministry, just a legacy of just everything that he's done throughout his music career, bringing that and culminating it all and coming into Binghamton. And not only that, working with local artists here and giving them an opportunity to platform some of the things that they have been working on and striving for. Just to have them open for him, it's just phenomenal. And so I think that in the Christian community, I think that the diversity and how this is going to happen is just amazing. That it's not just about gospel or about one thing or other. It's about us coming together for a Christian event, but a community event to experience something that we have never experienced before in this area, and just know that they've been working on him coming for so long, and now the opportunity it's just been amazing. And so how has the community responded to this opportunity?
We feel so lucky and so blessed that this whole collaboration is happening, and we're able to bring the community together. And it was interesting, when we first made the announcement, we had excitement, where do I get my tickets? And no way, this isn't happening.
Oh, no.
So, and now, people have seen the announcements and people have started getting their tickets. So people really are now so super excited, and the momentum just keeps going. And again, like you said, to now have, local young talent with somebody like a Grammy award-winning, a gospel artist. It's just a great way to bring the community together for one night. And what we really like from an Urban League perspective is, for us, for people to come out, and be so generous and buy a ticket, that money not only goes to the show, but a portion of that comes back to our community programs, to our families and our youth. And so that not only lasts that night, that generosity continues to go for, weeks and weeks and weeks, and continues to give back to our programs.
Amazing. I mean, this is just phenomenal for those who are in the community and really want to get involved and really want to support local artists and really just want to know what a night of fellowship is about. Come out to the Marvin Sapp concert again. Let them know about, just one more time, some information about how they can get involved with that.
It's going to be at the Helen Foley Theater, which is at Binghamton High School, and they could call the Urban League at 723-7303, extension 102, to purchase tickets.
Okay, awesome. Again, guys, we are with Jennifer Lesko, the director for the Broome County Urban League, and we're talking about Pause for our cause. There's so much going on in our community, and she's just sharing just a little bit about the Broome County Urban League and how you can get involved with the new and upcoming events and community projects that they have going on. And know that just because you're in the community and maybe you're not a part of something, you can get involved. That every little thing that we do to connect and to get involved with our events or community activities is one way that we can come closer together. So just kind of going back to the Broome County Urban League, I know that you guys work with youth as well as adults.
Yes.
Can you kind of give us a little bit more about the adult programs that you have under the Urban League banner?
Sure. One of the biggest programs we do is we have our job training and placement program. We have 2 technology labs which offer free occupational as well as technology trainings. Many of these trainings are nationally industry recognized certifications, and the greatest thing is they're all free. So when you come in, we do an assessment and see where you are at as far as what you're looking to do. And we have everybody from individuals looking to get into the workforce, as well as individuals who need to, for whatever reason, get back into the workforce. So then we provide them with the opportunity to sit down with somebody and look at what do they want to do. We don't want to sit there and say to them, well, because you have experience in office assisting, this is what you should do. We want them to be part of building their future and building on their success. So then we can put them through the trainings, and then we also help them with job placement. We work with some of the demand employers in the area because we don't want individuals to go through a training and then shake their hand and say, hey, you got this great certification, let us know how you make out. We want to make sure we get them to that next level of success. And so we also, as I said, help them with job placement. And then we do the resume building, the employment portfolio. We talk about interview skills. We also have work clothes. We have a great relationship with Men's Warehouse. We have business suits for men, and we also have work clothes for women. When you're getting back into the workforce, we'll give you a couple weeks worth of business clothes so you can get started in the workplace until you get some pay under your belt to buy, work clothes.
That is amazing. And I know that a lot of people that have gone through the program have benefited and have gone on to do great things in the community as well. Now, I know that you don't do this alone.
Yes.
And it takes an army of people just to kind of bring even the smallest of activities together.
It does.
Can you tell us about maybe some of your volunteers or what it takes to even volunteer for your program?
The volunteers, the interns are just instrumental in our success, because yes, you are absolutely correct. We do not do it alone. If someone is interested in volunteering, they would have to come in. We would sit with them, take them through all the programs, see where their interest is, because we do work with youth and certain populations. There is sometimes a background check and a process that they need to go through. But once all that paperwork comes back, we would put them, into a schedule, and then they could start volunteering at, the different programs. We have folks that right now are helping us in our food pantry, are helping us at our technology center, are working in our youth program. So we have folks that are doing all different things. And again, we absolutely could not do what we do without those individuals.
That is amazing. Just like I said, it takes a community in order to just do anything. They said it takes a village to raise a child. So what does it take to build a community? Like just knowing that there's organizations that are within our community that you can get involved with, that you can participate in, that you can socialize with, so that you can not only grow as a person, but you can get the social skills, the job skills, and things that you need in order to grow. And so I would say for our listeners and our viewers, don't be afraid to get involved. Don't be afraid to get out there. If you are older and you say, well, there's a lot of jobs out there that I want to get involved with, but it involves working on a computer. Go to the Broome County Urban League, its Hain Lab, and they will teach you Microsoft Word, Excel, and different other programs that will allow you to get the job skills that you need in order to get the job that you want. Not only get the job that you want, but also they will take you through the process. If you don't have clothing, they will allow you to be open to these great programs. Men's Warehouse, oh my goodness, they have the best. They have the best suits. And so just knowing that there's no obstacle in your way if you're willing to get into the community and get into these different programs that are available to you. You do have an opportunity to go anywhere and do anything that you desire to do. I'm just so excited. I mean, like, what are some things that people, there's a lot of things that you do, but what are some things that people really don't know that you guys do? I mean, there are a lot of things that you do, but what are maybe some of the myths that people are not really understanding that they should know about you, that they,
I think a lot of people think that we just do a lot of like the after school and the youth programs, and people think that a lot of folks say, well, you just serve, Binghamton. And we don't. We're the Broome County Urban League. So we really do serve, though we are located, in the center city of Binghamton, we do serve all of Broome County. and besides our youth programs and our Teen Lab, we do have a non-commercial educational radio station that, can teach older youth new media communication skills. We are looking to build a bigger footprint with that. We right now reach about 14,000 listeners every 30 minutes. And we are looking for underwriters to come in and do, advertising and promotion on that station. And we also have a Center for Help where we can help people who need assistance with back rent, clothing, utility bills, different types of things. We've helped people with wheelchair batteries, prescription cards. There's a number of things that we can do. So really, whatever the need is, you come to the Urban League, we will do our best to try and fulfill that need. And if we can't, we make sure that you leave with the referrals or the appointments so you don't leave feeling, frustrated or falling through the cracks or not knowing where to go.
Mm-hmm. That is so amazing. Now I'm going to slow it down just a little bit and just kind of talk about maybe some of your personal experience, maybe kind of reflect on, no names or anything like that, but just reflect on maybe someone that you've helped over the past. Maybe they started when they were young and you kind of, seen them through their adulthood, and maybe just kind of reflect on maybe where they started and what has their success been since you've been working with them.
Oh my gosh. We had a young lady who actually started out as she was a youth in our youth program, and then she became one of our youth workers, stayed with us and went to Encounter-Broome and in their human development program, and now she works at another local nonprofit as a program coordinator. Now she's going to Binghamton University, and she's the first in her family to go to college. And she has always come back to us and said that, I couldn't have done it without the Urban League. I couldn't, when I didn't have a place to go after school or during the summer, you folks were always there. You were like my home away from home. And we've also had conversation with her mother who, she was a working mother. She was working and going to school to try and better her life for herself and her children. And she just is such an incredible young lady, and she always comes back to see us. And I always say to her, well, you did it too. We just helped you along the way. But it's those stories that just are wonderful. We also had a young man who we got him through, just barely got him through high school, and he didn't know what he wanted to do, and we put him through our Teen Lab through the occupational coursework for carpentry, and he's now in the Carpenters Union, and he's doing really, really well. And he sent us a letter, and he just said, the Urban League and the Teen Lab, you guys are my angels, because I didn't know what to do, and I wasn't fit for college. So it's just those things like that just make you say, you know what? Together, really all together, we truly are making a difference. And that's what we want to do. We just want to leave this place better than when we found it.
That is amazing, just to know that even in a small